All right, we are in the book of Micah, chapter 1. The word of Yahweh that came to Micah of Moresheth in the days of Jotham, Ahaz, Hezekiah, sovereigns of Yehudah, which he saw concerning Shomeron and Jerusalem. Hear, all you peoples, listen, O earth, and all who are in it, and let the Master Yahweh be a witness against you. Yahweh from his set-apart Hakal. For look, Yahweh is coming out of his place, and he shall come down and shall tread on the high places of the earth. And the mountains shall melt under him, and the valleys be cleft as wax before the fire, as waters poured down a steep place. All this is for the transgression of Jacob, and for the sins of the house of Israel. What is the transgression of Jacob? Is it not Shomeron? And what are the high places of Yehudah? Are they not Jerusalem? And I shall make Shomeron a heap in the field, places for planting a vineyard, and I shall pour down her stones into the valley and uncover her foundations. And all her carved images shall be beaten in pieces, and all her harlot fees be burned with the fire, and all her idols I shall lay waste, for she gathered it from the harlot fee of a whore, and they shall return to the harlot fee of a whore. Because of this I lament and howl. I go stripped and naked. I make a lamentation like jackals and mourning like ostriches, for her wounds are incurable. For it has come to Yehudah, it has come to the gate of my people, to Jerusalem. Do not declare it in Gath. Weep not at all in Baeth Ephraim. Roll yourself in the dust. Pass by in nakedness and shame, you inhabitant of Shaphir, the inhabitant of Sa'anan has not gone out. The lamentation of Baeth Etzel takes from you its standing place. Though the inhabitants of Maroth waited for good, yet evil came down from Yahweh to the gate of Jerusalem. O inhabitant of Lachish, harness the chariot to the horse. She was the beginning of sin to the daughter of Zion, for the transgression of Israel were found in you. Therefore you shall give parting gifts to Moresheth Gath, the houses of Akzib, becoming a deception to the sovereigns of Israel. Again I shall bring a dispossessor to you, O inhabitant of Mareshah. The esteem of Israel shall come to Adullam. Make yourself bald and cut off your hair for the children of your delight. Enlarge your baldness like an eagle, for they shall be exiled from you. Chapter 2. Woe to those plotting wickedness and working out evil upon their beds. In the light of morning they practice it, because it is in the might of their hand. And they coveted fields and seized them, also houses, and took them away. And they oppressed a man and his house, a man and his inheritance. Therefore thus said Yahweh, see, against this clan I am planning evil, from which you do not remove your necks, nor walk proudly, for this is a time of evil. In that day one shall lift up a proverb against you, and he shall lament with a bitter lamentation, and shall say, we have been utterly ravaged. He changes the inheritance of my people. How he removes it from me. He apportions our fields to the backslider. Therefore, you shall have no one in the assembly of Yahweh to divide the land by lot. You do not preach, they preach. They do not preach to these. Reproaches are not turned back. Are you called house of Jacob? Has the spirit of Yahweh been limited? Are these his doings? Do not my words do good to the one walking uprightly? And lately my people have risen up as an enemy. You strip off the robe with the garment from those who trust you, as they pass by, those returning from battle. You have driven the women of my people from their pleasant houses. You have taken away my splendor from their children forever. Arise and go, for this is not your rest, because uncleanness destroys and the destruction is grievous. If a man walking after wind and falsehood has lied, I preach to you of wine and of strong drink. he shall be the preacher of this people. I shall certainly gather all of you, O Jacob. I shall bring together the remnant of Israel, put them together like sheep of the fold, like a flock in the midst of their pasture, they being noisy because of men. The breachmaker shall go up before them. They shall break out and pass through the gate and go out by it, and their sovereign pass before them with Yahweh at their head. Chapter 3. Then I said, hear now, O heads of Jacob, and you rulers of the house of Israel, should you not know right ruling? You who are hating good and loving evil, tearing away the skin from my people and the flesh from their bones, and who have eaten the flesh of my people and stripped off their skin and have broken their bones and have cut it up into a pot like flesh in the cooking pot. Therefore, when they cry to Yahweh, he does not answer them, and hides his face from them at that time, as they have made their deeds evil. Thus said Yahweh concerning the prophets who lead my people astray, who are biting with their teeth and have called out peace. They even set apart a battle against him who does not give for their mouths. Therefore it shall be night to you without vision, and darkness to you without divination. The sun shall go down on the prophets, and the day shall be dark for them, and the seers shall be ashamed, and the diviners embarrassed, and they shall all cover their lips, for there is no answer, O Elohim. But truly I am filled with power, with the spirit of Yahweh, and with right ruling, and with might, to declare to Jacob his transgression, and to Israel his sin. Hear this, please, you heads of the house of Jacob, and you rulers of the house of Israel, who despise right ruling, and distort all that is straight, those building up Zion with bloodshed, and Jerusalem with unrighteousness. Her heads judge for a bribe, her priests teach for pay, and her prophets divine for a price. Yet they lean on Yahweh and say, is not Yahweh in our midst? Evil does not come upon us. Therefore, because of you, Zion is plowed like a field, and Jerusalem becomes heaps, and the mountain of the house like a wooded height. And in the latter days it shall be that the mountain of the, chapter 4, and in the latter days it shall be that the mountain of the house of Yahweh is established on the top of the mountains, and shall be exalted above the hills, and people shall flow to it. And many nations shall come and say, come and let us go up to the mountain of Yahweh, to the house of the Elohim of Jacob, and let him teach us his ways, and let us walk in his paths. For out of Zion comes forth the Torah, and the word of Yahweh from Jerusalem. And he shall judge among many peoples, and reprove strong nations afar off. They shall beat their swords into plowshares, and their spears into pruning hooks. Nation shall not lift up sword against nation, neither teach battle any more. But each one shall sit under his vine, and under his fig tree, with no one to make them afraid, for the mouth of Yahweh of hosts has spoken. For all the peoples walk, each one in the name of his mighty one, but we walk in the name of Yahweh our Elohim forever and ever. In that day, declares Yahweh, I gather the lame, and I bring together the outcast, and those whom I have afflicted. And I shall make the lame a remnant, and the outcast a strong nation, and Yahweh shall reign over them in Mount Zion, from now on and forever. And you, O tower of the flock, stronghold of the daughter of Zion, it shall come to you, the former rule shall come, the reign of the daughter of Jerusalem. Now why do you cry aloud? Is there no sovereign in you? Has your counselor perished? For pain has gripped you like a woman in labor. Be in pain and deliver, O daughter of Zion, like a woman in labor. For now you are to leave the city, and you shall dwell in the field, and you shall go to Babel. There you shall be delivered. There Yahweh shall redeem you from the hand of your enemies. And now many nations shall be gathered against you, who are saying, let her be defiled, and let our eyes look upon Zion. But they do not know the thoughts of Yahweh, nor do they understand his counsel. for he has gathered them like sheaves to the threshing floor. Arise and thresh, O daughter of Zion, for I make your horn iron, your hooves bronze, and you shall beat many peoples into pieces, and I shall seclude their grain to Yahweh, and their wealth to the master of all the earth. Chapter 5. Now you are raided, O daughter of raiders. A siege has been laid against us. They strike the judge of Israel with a rod on the cheek. But you, Bethlehem, Ephrathah, you are the little among the clans of Yehudah. Out of you shall come forth to me the one to become ruler in Israel. And his coming forth are of old, from everlasting. Therefore he shall give them up until the time that she who is in labor has given birth, and the remnant of his brothers return to the children of Israel. And he shall stand and shepherd in the strength of Yahweh, in the excellency of the name of Yahweh, his Elohim, and they shall dwell, for at that time he shall be great to the ends of the earth. And this shall be peace. When Ashur comes into our land, and when he treads in our palaces, we shall raise against him 7 shepherds and 8 leaders of men, and they shall shepherd the land of Ashur with the sword, and the land of Nimrod at its entrances, and he shall deliver us from Ashur when he comes into our land, and when he treads within our borders. And the remnant of Jacob shall be in the midst of many peoples, as dew from Yahweh, as showers on the grass, which do not wait for man, nor delay for the sons of men. And the remnant of Jacob shall be among the nations in the midst of many peoples, like a lion among the beasts of the forest, like a young lion among flocks of sheep, who, if he passes through, shall both tread down and shall tear, and there is no one to deliver. Let your hand be lifted up against your adversaries, and all your enemies be cut off. And it shall be in that day, declares Yahweh, that I shall cut off your horses out of your midst, and shall destroy your chariots. And I shall cut off the cities of your land, and shall pull down all your strongholds. And I shall cut off witchcrafts out of your hand, and let you have no magicians. And I shall cut off your carved images and your pillars from your midst, so that you no longer bow down to the work of your hands. And I shall pluck your Asherim out of your midst, and shall destroy your cities. And I shall take vengeance in wrath and rage on the nations who did not obey. Shalom.